Morning guys, Friday morning, up and at 'em. It's actually cloudy today, but we had one heck of a thunderstorm last night. Actually, we had a couple yesterday come through, but the one last night, we actually heard the rain over the TV. I mean, we need the rain, don't get me wrong, we do. But boy, oh boy, I see a flash out the corner of my right eye and a bang right after it. The flash made me jump, and then the bang, hey, must have been real close, because it was like pretty close to give a flash bang, like boom. And I had that once before, and I swear, I remember putting a dog bowl down years ago, putting a dog bowl down right in front of a window, and I swear, I even tell people this, they might think I'm crazy, but I swear I heard like a buzz, electric buzz, when, I'm going to turn this around on my other arm. I swear I heard like an electric buzz, and then an almighty flash and bang right after it. It's the flash and the bang look like they went together. Which, wow, I'll tell you what, I haven't, well, I did last night. I was going to say I haven't experienced anything like that before, but I did last night. But anyway, wanted to talk about today, what you put in is what you're going to get out. And you know, this is the best computer you're ever going to have. But you've got to put the info in there. And it's not just your mind, guys. It's your body too. I watched a program in the week, and they were talking about sugar and wheat, bread. I love bread. I'm a big bread person. And you know, the science and that was out there. They were talking about how, you know, you keep eating it, the wheat mainly they were talking about at first, and he was saying how it puts micro tears in your stomach lining, and it heals, but over time, as that keeps happening, it just don't heal. And then you have, you know, things that's in your gut leaking, and then you get like autoimmune diseases and all kinds of shit can happen. Oh man, I seem to like mower day, don't I? Eh? But all kinds of things happen. Let me turn it around, hopefully you can. All kinds of things will happen from just that. And it kind of shifted my mind a little bit. So I figured, right, first thing I'm going to work on doing is cutting the bread out. And I've been doing that. Past couple of days I haven't eaten bread, which is really good for me. And then I've got to start looking at my sugar content, things like that, because I've got to say, I've been eating a bit too much sugar. It's alright now and again, it's okay. But I just want to be careful. This is just for me, guys. I'm not, you know, I'm not saying go out and do it by any means, but it's just something to think about. But what you put in your system is what you're going to get out. If you're an athlete, it's no good going to McDonald's every day or eating just carbs every day. You're not going to get out what you want to get. You've got to put the fuel in. You've got to put the right fuel in. You wouldn't take a vintage car that needs high octane gas and go and put diesel in it. It needs what it needs to run. And with the mind, when it comes to your mind, you know, best computer you're ever going to have, right? You're not going to get a computer like the mind. I mean, I know there's AR and all that out there, but you're not going to replicate the brain, guys. So what you put into your brain, what you put into your mind, is going to make a heck of a difference what you get out. Won't it? What you put into your mind is what you're going to get out. So if you're hanging around people that are real toxic, kind of always negative, what do you think you're going to get out? You're feeding your mind it. What do you expect to get out? What about if you want to lose a good few pounds, or even a few pounds, right? A couple of pounds. But all you do is sit and you're not moving your body. But you're angry. I can't lose it. I don't know what I can't seem to get it off. Well, you won't, because you're not putting in the effort and the work. You don't put in the effort and the work, you ain't getting it out. And for those that, you know, want to change and they're not doing anything about it, not going to see somebody to help your mind out, or you're reading all the self-help books and then saying, no point in reading them, don't work. You got to put the work in. You've got to put the work in. If you don't put the work in, especially with this, and if you have anxiety and, you know, mental health issues, you're working on that for the rest of your life. But it's worth it, because you're going to be putting in the good stuff, hopefully, and doing the work. It takes effort, guys. It takes effort. Sometimes it takes some hard work. We hit those areas where we're like, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up on your therapy. Don't give up on, keep trying and pushing. What you put in is what you're going to get out. Remember that. You ain't going to get out good stuff if you're putting in bad stuff. You'll get out good stuff if you put in good stuff. That's just the way it is. And by the way, if you're an athlete or anything like that, this is something I've been doing. I've been doing this because I heard about it's good for blood pressure and things like that, and your heart. Beetroot juice. I actually got a powder. And, it's been proven, scientifically proven by the way, and athletes are doing it. You take some beetroot juice. I think they said it was like a hour to 2 hours before you do whatever you're doing, and it's going to improve your performance, guys. I've noticed it with my running, and I'm no like long distance runner or anything like that, but I've definitely noticed the distance. I've already stretched out my distance that I run, which is awesome, because I wanted to do that, and I wanted to do it I do it every now and again, but I want to do it on a consistent basis. And what it does is it turns to nitric oxide. So the nitric oxide actually dilates your blood vessels and relaxes them, so then blood flows better. And you know what that means. You're getting more nutrient around your body, your cells are lively, you've got more blood going to the brain. I tell you, more oxygen usage. So it's a good thing, guys. So remember, what you put in is what you get out. You know, it's like alcohol too. I gave up alcohol. I don't think I've drank alcohol in probably, I don't know, three and a half years, maybe. Yeah, but probably 3.5 years. And feel way better for it. I was actually talking to someone last night about it. And, you know, if you're expecting not to have a rough day the next day, hang on a minute. Let me just get past this lawnmower. Oh, let's put the old thing on. Thank you. So, alright. Back to the alcohol. Yeah, years ago I used to drink pretty heavy. But if you're expecting the next day not to feel, you know, not to feel it, remember, what you put in is what you're going to get out. If you don't want to feel that the next day, then don't put it in your system. And to tell you the truth, guys, it's really not good for anxiety. It's really not. One, you got the sugars in there. Sugar is an inflammatory, so it's going to make inflammation. So it's not going to be good for your body. You're going to have inflammation in your body, and it actually heightens anxiety. It's not good for anxiety, sugar. It's one of the things I tell guys, be careful if you have anxiety. Again, what you put in. You want to make that run, you want to run further, you want to go further in your performance, then you move that little bit more. You run a little bit further. You buy the right shoes. I just bought a new pair of shoes. Absolutely awesome. And the shoes I was wearing before, now I know that I've got the right shoes on. I'm going a bit further. I'm feeling it better. My knees feel better. My hip feels better. I had achy hip. That feels better. You've got to put in. You've got to be aware. Don't just sit there and think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen, guys. It just isn't. You can't think it to happen. You've got to have the thought and you've got to have action. If you're thinking, I want to do something, get up and do it. Start making the steps. And it don't have to be great, big, massive steps. In fact, if you look at the great, big, massive steps, you're going to be more inclined not to want to do it. Small chunks, small pieces. Small pieces. I didn't run to where I'm running straight off. I ran down the street for a little bit and then extended it out. Felt comfortable with that. Extended it out. Do the small pieces. You do the small pieces. You give the mind things to think about that you're capable of doing. The mind's like, yeah, I could do that. And it's going to do it. But if you're looking at like, yeah, I want to run a 5K, and you put the shoes on and you go out there and you try and run a 5K without putting the work in, what you put in, remember, you're not going to, you might make it. Hey, good luck to you. But you know what? There's a big possibility you won't. And then at the end of that, what you're going to be thinking? You're going to be beating yourself up. Oh, I didn't make it. I'm not fit enough. I'm not good enough, blah, blah, blah. And then you don't put the shoes back on. What you put in is what you get out. Just remember, keep thinking that. What you put in is what you get out. You want to go for something that you like doing? You want to learn about it? Don't just think it. Start buying books, start learning. Get online, start reading, studying, go to classes, figure it out. Get the ball rolling. The ball don't start rolling unless you push it. If you don't push that ball, it ain't going nowhere, it's just going to sit there. You've got to push the ball and then keep pushing it. Sometimes you're going to have hills, you're going to have to push that ball up. It's okay, lean into it a bit more. If you lean into that ball a little bit more, you're going to get it up that hill. Just keep pushing. You might have to rest now and again. Okay, as long as you don't give up. If you step out of the way, the ball's going to roll back downhill. Now you're back to square one. So if you take a bit of a pause, but you're still moving, you're still thinking, how am I going to get around? What am I going to do? How do I do this? How do I do that? You're keeping the mind going. You're keeping in the subconscious mind as well. Asking the questions. Keep asking. Stay the course, guys. Namaste.